Paula Batinsky established herself as one of the first pioneers to branch off from the psychoanalytic and psychodynamic approaches to art therapy. In 1973, Batinsky published her perspective on art therapy in Self-Discovery Through Self-Expression. Batinsky describes her approach as an open system that focuses on phenomenology, Gestalt psychology, and the studies of art. Art therapy is used as a means of communication and self-expression. Batinsky stresses the importance of understanding the phenomenon of the artwork in and of itself. In creating a piece of art, the artist becomes aware of his or her visual, cognitive, and emotional perceptions. The artwork is a three-dimensional tool for transference that allows the artist to re-experience old and lingering feelings. In the creative process, the artist experiences and resolves the past in light of the present. Through awareness, the new understanding is integrated into the self and self-actualization occurs. The creative process therefore instigates personal growth. Batinsky uses Gestalt theory to explain the whole of the phenomenon or artistic process. When considering a specific artwork, one reflects on the parts of the structure and the relationship in defining the whole. Each individual is partitioned in body, mind, emotion, and thought. When these factions are in disunity, there is a disturbance. Through artistic expression, the client becomes aware of these disturbances and moves toward a more integrated self. Batinsky directs a specific creative process with her clients. First, she encourages the client to play with and experience the materials. Second, the client creates the artwork. Next, the artist considers the meaning behind the artwork. He or she perceives it visually from a distance and is directed to look intentionally and directionally across the picture to foster a relational understanding of the various elements of the work. As the artist becomes aware of the relational attributes, he or she is asked to verbally express what is seen. Finally, when the patient understands specific phenomenon operating, he or she can next integrate that understanding into the current sense of self. Increasingly, as this process is repeated, the artist grows more and more toward fully intentional living. According to Batinsky, the artistic technique and end product are unimportant. Rather, it is the creative process that is fundamental in stirring awareness that brings self-actualization. Therefore, art is considered an accepted means of expression and communication. As the inner and outer realms of an individual become linked, the individual can't help but grow. As we consider the definition of art therapy, it is important to consider a parallel question. What is art? Art expands fluidly across many borders of medium and realm, so much so that its definition is hardly complete. Therefore, the definition of art is inherently dependent upon individual opinion. For many, art expands beyond studio art into realms of dance, drama, voice, and music.
Likewise, Natalie Rogers enjoyed an inclusive definition of art. In her book, The Creative Connection: Expressive Arts as Healing, she described her approach as person-centered expressive arts therapy. As an art therapist, she endeavors to use various arts, drawing, painting, sculpting, music, writing, sound, and improvisation in a supportive setting to facilitate growth and healing. In her work, Natalie Rogers has taken the question, what is art therapy, one step further. Her person-centered expressive arts therapy approach broadens the definition of what constitutes art therapy and creative expression within that modality. It is a therapy directly challenging a more traditional, authoritarian medical model that uses art to diagnose, analyze, and treat. Rather, her humanistic, person-centered approach focuses on a belief that the client herself holds everything she needs to reach self-actualization within a supportive, empathetic environment. Natalie's work is based on the person-centered philosophy of her father, Carl Rogers. She does not believe in interpreting and analyzing her client's creative expression, a common element in traditional art and movement therapy. Instead, she trusts in her client's innate ability to reach his or her full potential. Natalie embraced the idea of using art as a free spirit. After training in both art and movement therapy and exploring her ideas in workshops with her father, she developed a unique training program in person-centered expressive arts therapy. She personally feels movement is the expressive modality that has allowed her the most self-discovery. Each creative modality speaks differently to each individual. It is for this reason that she includes all forms of artistic expression in her work. Natalie strongly believes in the creative connection, her personal term to describe the process in which each art form works together. She talks about releasing layers of inhibitions through her work to find one's individual creative force and explains the process of interrelating between creative modalities in this way. When we move, it affects how we write or paint. When we write or paint, it affects how we feel and think. During the creative connection process, one art form stimulates and nurtures the other, bringing us to an inner core or essence, which is our life energy. She feels this universal energy source brings vitality and a sense of oneness.
We come to this field with our backgrounds in music, dance, theater, and visual art. We've created our own personal vision to describe what art therapy means to us, which stems from the traditional and alternative perspectives of the pioneers who have gone before us, as well as from the broader perspectives of modern visionaries. Our definition is fluid and still evolving.
We believe that through art therapy, one has the power to create and find inner peace, as well as the freedom to find one's authentic self. By using art therapy as a tool to tunnel down into the harshness of our psyches, we can find beauty. By putting the images on paper, we can work through these feelings, thoughts, and emotions that are embodied in tangible form, whilst gaining therapeutic gratification from simply experiencing the joy of creating art. We believe that art therapy is not limited to traditional art materials, but can encompass a wide range of creative processes that have the potential to interact together as a dynamic whole. Art therapy is interpreted through a number of theoretical lenses in order to reach a common goal, providing a safe space to heal and explore through creative expression.
So what is art therapy? In this day and age, what art therapy is dependent on who you are, which role you perform as either art therapist or client, and your specifically chosen means of expression. Art therapy is an ever-evolving tree with strong roots that continue to grow and reach in a multitude of directions. How high can its branches go? The sky is the limit.